Hey everyone, Facebook friends, everyone online joining us now. Welcome to TBP Pro's Facebook Live event. Hey Tax Pros, let's make money year round. We're glad that you can join us today. Thanks for coming online. I'm really excited about the things that we have to share and the things that we're going to be talking about. My name is Kiani Alvarez. I'll be moderating this Facebook Live today along with our panelists that we have here. So I'm just going to go off and start to introduce them. That way you guys have an understanding of who these people are and what they have to share with you. So right off the bat, Jason Garner, he's number one. He is our TBP Pro president and also enrolled IRS agent. Jason has been in the tax industry since 2006 with various roles in sales, in training, and product management. So he really knows his stuff. He's also an enrolled agent who prepares taxes and does bookkeeping and payroll services on the side. So he's very knowledgeable about the different services that TBP offers. And also, he's going to be talking a little bit about how you can make money year round being a tax professional. We're also joined by Richard Santos, who is our TBP Pro VP of Technology, as well as a marketing expert. So Richard has been in the tax preparation industry for a little over 13 years now. He specializes in coaching and training tax professionals to market their business, and he's done this nationwide. He also has he also will be discussing how to do and create a simple one-page marketing plan that's effective and easy to do and easy to use. So that way you guys can get more clients this coming tax season and also retain the ones that you currently have, because we all know that's super important. And then lastly, our third panelist that we have joining us today is Rafael Alvarez. He is our CEO of TBP, and he's also the founder of ATAX franchise. So ATAX is one of the largest tax preparation franchises in the nation right now with over 100 locations. He is also the owner of one of the largest tax preparation offices in the nation, doing over 10,000 returns out of one office. So he'll be joining us today, talking a little bit about how he grew to where he is and how he can also help you grow to where you want to be in this industry. So you guys want to say hi to everyone before we jump in and get started?
Yes, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for joining us today. We're very excited to do this, and we're looking forward to sharing a lot of valuable information that you can take back to your office or start taking action right now.
Exactly. And guys, I know this is a Facebook Live. Not we don't want to be too formal or anything. If you're joining us, feel free to ask any questions in the chat. Let us know where you're joining from, what city, what state. We'd love to know who we're connecting with and who you guys are too. So let's go ahead and we'll, I guess, get started now, just because don't want to go over too much time, but we're going to go over and lean over to Jason Garner. So he's going to be starting off and kicking off this Facebook Live today. And Jason, I kind of want you to elaborate a little bit on the Let's Make Money year round, and more specifically gearing to what are the challenges that tax professionals face today, being in the tax industry.
Sure. Thank you so much for the introduction. And again, thank you to everyone joining us today. We've been looking forward to sharing this information with you for quite a while now, and definitely excited that you're a part of this event. So, one of the things about TBP is comprised of tax professionals. So I say this quite clearly, quite frankly, we're one of you. So we understand the challenges that you're facing in this market because we're facing them ourselves. Just to name a couple right off the top, we obviously have the COVID-19 pandemic going on, and we have recently a decline of professionally prepared returns and also of the bank product returns. So we know that those are a couple of challenges, and there's certainly more out there, but those are two that we want to address today because challenges present opportunities. And that's where TBP wants to come into play because we're always going to face challenges. I've said before that change is inevitable. except from a vending machine. And we are in an industry of change. And with that being said, the organizations, the businesses, the individuals that adapt to that change the best are the ones that come out on top. And that's why we're real excited to you today to talk about making money year round, as well as some of the other things that we can do to help with your tax practice. Like, for example, TBP stands for taxes, bookkeeping, and payroll. And what we did is we looked at those challenges that you guys are facing. We looked at how COVID-19 is changing the industry. We looked at what's been going on as far as professionally prepared returns versus the self-prepared market. And we said, let's identify these challenges and let's provide some opportunities. So one of the first things that we noticed was, according to a study done by Inc.com, accounting services, specifically taxes, bookkeeping, and payroll, TBP, are the most profitable businesses that one can get into right now, are on average the best profit margins. That's where we want to be. We want to make the most profit. And most of you are already on the tax side of things. So what we decided to do was, the tax side of things we know very well, and we want to take that to the next level with you guys, because let's talk about that for just a second. In addition to offering a tax preparation software to fit your needs, whether it be desktop or online, we also provide a custom-built mobile app so that you can provide the convenience of the stay-at-home or the self-prepared market, but also the professionalism of having professionally prepared returns. And that's just one thing that we want to look at. The other thing is, with the pandemic, that's changed a lot about how businesses do business. Like, for example, many of them have had to temporarily shut down. Cash flow has become a very important aspect of a business. We fully believe when businesses start opening back up, and many of them have, that there is going to be a huge resurgence of businesses looking for professionally prepared books. Because, as we just talked about, cash flow is one of the most important aspects of a business. You can make $1 million in December and go bankrupt in November. And now we've seen that more than ever. So we understand that when it comes to professionally prepared books, that one, it's a very profitable business for us to be in. Number two, we're looking at a huge resurgence of that. And number three, there will be huge demand for this service. We believe you guys are in a perfect position to take advantage of this next big industry trend, because a lot of you are already doing taxes. And TBP wants to help you take it to the next level by offering bookkeeping. Now, we can also talk about payroll. Just recently, we had a payroll protection program, which involved more payroll reporting, in which case your payroll books better be in line. You better have this down to the number. And you need to provide that information to get one of these loans. And then you're going to have to provide certain information to make sure that that loan is forgivable. So again, professionally prepared payroll is not only something that we believe there's going to be a huge demand for in the next few months and years, but it's also very important. And if you've put someone on payroll before, like many of you have, you know that it's a very complex business. I don't think a lot of people realize what it takes to pay someone now. When it comes to the 940s, 941s, the W-4s, the withholdings, the calculations, monthly deposits, W-2s, slew of information that has to be calculated and done correctly to make sure that employees are getting paid on time. So we've identified these needs, these bookkeeping and these payroll needs. And what we've done is we've put together a system to where you can offer these services in just a few days. Because what TBP does is it says, we know that you're tax professionals. We know that people are already trusting you with their sensitive financial data. We know that you have a list of Schedule C clients that you could start calling tomorrow and say, hey, need your books professionally prepared? Need to move over to a professionally outsourced payroll? We've got you covered. And with that, we move from an office that may be making most of its money in 4 months to an office that's making money year round. Monthly residual income coming in on bookkeeping and payroll clients. And we do this with our system that's been in place, and I certainly won't speak to what Mr. Alvarez is going to speak to, but been in place for years. And we found that they're mutually beneficial. Payroll and bookkeeping clients become tax clients. Tax clients become bookkeeping and payroll clients. So we know that this system is in place, we know that it works, and we know that there's going to be a huge demand for it in the coming months and years, and we want you to be a part of that with us. Now, the way TBP does it is I like to compare it to a large CPA firm. CPAs running large CPA firms, they usually don't do bookkeeping. They usually don't do payroll. They hire someone to do it. And we have a very similar system because it's an outsourced turnkey approach. So what that means is you find a bookkeeping or payroll client, we actually do most of the work on our end for you. So we do the reconciliation. We do the tedious work. We do the big time consuming work. And I'll come back to that in a second. We do that on our end, but we're crystal clear about this to you now and moving forward. They're still your clients. You have the relationship with them. You're the one with the office. You're the professional. We're simply in your corner, helping you provide these services. And just for an example, for bookkeeping clients, every month, we provide you with an income statement and a balance sheet. We send it to you. You can put your logo on it, put your recommendations, your clarifications, send it directly to your client. And each one of these that is signed up is monthly, year-round money in your pocket. And with our system, it doesn't take a lot of your time because we're doing most of the work. And that means two things. That means one, this is a very scalable opportunity for you. You're going to be able to add as many clients as you can go get without adding a lot to your workload. And that's going to be especially important when Q1 or tax season comes around because a lot of you are stretched thin. And we don't want you to have to take away from your family or personal time, well, what little you have during tax season, because we understand that as well. We want to do a lot of that work for you and allow you to grow your business and take it to the next level. And the same thing when it comes to the payroll. We want to provide that fully outsourced service. We want to file the 940s, 941s, create the W-2s, do the direct deposits. We want you facilitating the relationship with your clients. Like we talked about, our industry is always changing, but we're in a very good industry that's not going away at all. Death and taxes, right? So we're in a position to really take advantage of this and help you take your office to the next level. Now, of course, it still all starts with taxes. And I want to make sure that you're very well taken care of when it comes to tax preparation software, but we do not stop just there. We want to help you make money year round. We want to do it through our bookkeeping and payroll services. And that's why we have a very simple mission at TBP. We turn offices into year-round revenue machines.
Exactly. Thanks, Jason, for that great explanation on how TBP, can help these tax professionals nationwide. So, you mentioned bookkeeping, you mentioned payroll. I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, all right, bookkeeping, payroll, we get it. Now, how much money can I actually earn offering these services in my office? What is it going to be worth it? So how much money can people potentially earn or tax professionals potentially earn by offering bookkeeping and payroll services?
That's a very good question. And whoever brought that question up, let me just say, I like you already, because that's what it's all about. And the way we have it set up is there is a monthly revenue share to you every month for every client that you bring in, whether it be bookkeeping or payroll. Very easy to add thousands of dollars per month to what you're doing based on this system. No out-of-pocket expenses. TBP handles software, transactional expenses, document management, and we're simply providing that income to you on a monthly basis for every client that you bring in.
Great. And as far as experience goes, because, you're talking about a lot of the outsourcing method, we're handling the books, we're handling the income statements, we're doing all of that on the back end. So what kind of experience do these professionals need coming into the TBP and now starting to offer these services?
I'm going to answer that question with a range, and it's going to be an extreme range, 0 to master bookkeeper. And I do that on purpose because the system is set up to where anybody can be offering this service in just a few days. We offer training not only on our system, but what we call Accounting 101 to make sure that you're ready to talk the talk with your clients. Tell them exactly what they're getting with your service. Be able to tell them the benefits of an income statement and a balance sheet, how often they're going to get them, why assets plus liability, assets equal liability plus equity, those kind of things. So we make sure that you're well taken care of. And remember, we're doing most of the work on our end and you're fully supported. So that's one end of my range. Now, on the other end of that, you may be doing bookkeeping already and you may be very good at it. You may be a master bookkeeper, and that's great. But you probably already know it's a very time consuming process. And with that being said, TBP could be a solution for you as well because we allow you to scale. We allow you to add more potential clients without overtaxing, pun intended, your workload, or without you having to look for hiring additional employees. So we can essentially work with someone who is brand new to bookkeeping to someone that's been doing it for years.
Nice, nice. So you mentioned a lot of different trainings that we do, a lot of different things that TVP can offer these tax professionals. Now, I mean, going off that, I kind of want to switch gears a little bit and talk about outside of the bookkeeping and payroll trainings that TVP offers. You know, what else does TVP can provide for these tax professionals, more towards the business management and marketing section?
Very good question. And like I said earlier, we do start with taxes and we do offer tax preparation software and some of the best support in the industry, taking that to the next level with tax and even business return support. However, that question, as far as marketing and help with training and everything like that, is an excellent segue into our next section because our VP of technology, Mr. Richard Santos, is going to actually give some marketing pointers right now. And this is not a one time thing with our company. Marketing training, tax training, and also marketing assistance is provided for all of our clients.
Exactly. So, without further ado, I would like to go ahead and welcome Richard Santos, who is our second speaker for today. As I said before earlier, for those of you that are just joining or had joined after the introduction, Richard is our VP of Technology at TBP Pro and also a marketing expert. He has trained tax professionals nationwide on marketing their business. He's been coaching, and he knows a lot about how to create a marketing plan that's simple but effective on getting you clients and also retaining your current ones that you have. So, without further ado, Richard, go ahead and introduce yourself and explain a little bit about what you do and some marketing tips for our tax professionals that joined us today.
Awesome. Thank you, Kiani, for the introduction. And like you said, one of the things that I've been doing throughout the years has been training and really collaborating with tax professionals nationwide. I mean, I've worked with tax pros in different states, also working with entrepreneurs all around the world, really. I work with a lot of people in the United States as well as other countries. So that's what my passion is. That's what I do every single day. And when it comes to tax pros, I mean, that has been my industry for over 13 years now, like you mentioned at the beginning. So we know a few things when it comes to marketing your tax office. I mean, we have worked with a number of offices, and we have helped them not only get clients, but also maintaining clients, because in order for you to grow your business, it's really all about how many clients are you retaining year over year. And let's face it, one of the things that one of the challenges that we have right now is that there's a few things that we don't have. So number one is we don't have time, right? We always, we're always on the go. We always have so many things to do because running a business is not easy. Okay, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of commitment, and we understand that. I mean, we are business ourselves and business owners ourselves, and we understand how that works. Also, you don't have a team or you don't have the knowledge. You don't have a coach, someone who can guide you through the process and help you move along. So those are some of the challenges that we're facing in our industry. And then on top of that, like Jason mentioned at the beginning, we also going through a pandemic, which has been very challenging for a lot of us, and especially in our industry, which is seasonal. And that's another one of the challenges that we face. And the reason why I say all of this is definitely not to scare you away, but it's just to make sure that we understand where we are standing. If we want to grow, we want to make sure that we know where we are. If you don't know where you are, then it's you can't move forward. You cannot accomplish those goals that you have. So that's the first thing. We understand the challenges, but now what do we do? You might be wondering, what do we do? How can we really grow our business? How can we really have fun while doing it as well? Because business is not just about making money. Yes, that's great, we're going to help you do that, but also have a business that you can enjoy, because at the end of the day, that's what really matters. So when it comes to us at TBP, one of the things that we offer you and that we help you with, really, because we don't see you as a customer, we don't see you as a client, we see you more as a partner. So this is a partnership relationship, right? So we want to work together to grow your business. So that's why, like Yanni mentioned at the beginning, we offer you simple marketing tactics that you can implement in your business, and you can see results.
Exactly. Great, great. So speaking about those marketing tactics and the trainings that we do, I know one of them is the marketing plan, the one-page marketing plan that we help our pros, as we call them, to create. So I know we're sharing it with everyone, but how do we create this one-page marketing plan?
Absolutely, Kenny. There's 5 things. Okay, 5 things. And if you're connected right now, I hope that you're taking notes. I hope that you're taking notes, because that is also one of the things that we sometimes forget to do, which is planning. Planning is very important, especially when we know that tax season 2021 is going to be a different one, right? It's going to be one that we're not sure what's going to happen, because we're still in that pandemic. So we don't know what changes are coming, and we need to start planning now. So when it comes to your planning and your marketing, there's 5 things that you want to take into consideration, right? There's 5 things that you want to take into consideration. I repeat that. The number one is you gotta have a goal. You gotta know what is it that you want, right? How many clients do you want? How much money do you want to generate? How many clients do you want to retain? It's all we're in the tax preparation business. We should love numbers, right? We're accountants, we're tax preparers. It's all about numbers. Also, when it comes to your marketing, you got to see it that way as well. So number one is have a goal. Kenny, you need to have a goal, right? How many clients do you want to get or attract to your business? And that's the first step, right? Understanding what is it that you want. Step number two, Kiani, is that you got to have your base. You got to have a base, your foundation. And that means you got to have your website. You got to have your social media profiles up to date. You want to be active on those platforms. And this is one of the things that I always emphasize. I know there's a lot of people that say, but I don't like technology. I don't like Facebook. I don't like Instagram. Well, that has to change, because to be honest with you, if you want to grow, that's going to be the only way, right? Marketing is going to be all about digital. We live in the informational age, so we need to adapt. There's no other way around it. And I hate to be the guy telling you kind of like the bad news in a way, but it's really not bad news. It's really the reality, and we need to face it. And let me tell you, it's not that complicated. Okay, you're already using Facebook to share pictures with your family. You're already using Facebook to communicate with your friends, and it's the same thing when it comes to your business. It's the same thing. All you're doing is sharing information. You're letting people know what you do and how you do it. Step number three, Kiani, is you got to have a target market. Who are you going after? Who's your potential client? Because once you start investing in marketing, you want to know that. You want to know exactly who's your client, who are your ideal clients, because that's how you create an effective marketing plan that you can execute. The number four, Kiani, is one that we already used to, which is we need to have a referral program. I mean, referrals still very effective. Now, the only difference now is that you want to do it in a digital way. Okay, you want to implement like an online or digital referral program where you can give something away in return of referrals, and that's very effective. That has always worked and is going to continue work. And the last step, Kenny, number 5, is you got to take action. You got to take action. At the end of the day, marketing is all about being out there, being active, being seen, and being what I call omnipresence. What does that mean? It means that you're everywhere. You got to be everywhere. You got to be on LinkedIn, you got to be on Facebook, you have to be on Instagram, TikTok. I know some of you might have some dance moves that you want to show up, so show off. Do it. Let's be creative, let's be different. Our industry has been one that has been shy when it comes to technology, but that's changing. Let me tell you, that's changing with all the mobile technology and all of those things. It's a different world now. So you got to join. You got to be part of it.
Okay. So for those of the people that are not that invested or not that knowledgeable about social media
Mhm.
and all of that, what all that involves social media, what do you think are the, number one or top two social media sites that tax professionals should be on today in order to, get the leg up and advance?
I would say number one would be Facebook as far as the social media, because Facebook is the largest. Facebook is also one that most people are already, so you're familiar with it. You use it on a daily basis, so that might be the first one. Now, also you want to take into consideration that uh, Facebook has two sides, one on the personal side, and there's another on the business side, which is having your Facebook page and also investing. Okay, you need to invest in Facebook ads. Why? Because you're able to reach more people. Okay, what we call organic reach is very limited, which means that when you publish a picture or a publication, not a lot of people will see it. Okay, so what we need to do is we want to invest in Facebook ads so that we can reach more people and have them visit your website or send you a message. The number two, which has been very effective, but I would say more like on the retention side, is texting, is doing text messages. Very, very, very effective because it has like over a 97% open rate. That means that every time you send a message, 90%, 97% of the time, people will open it and they take action within 5 minutes and sometimes within 30, depending on the type of industry. But it's very, very effective. And that's one of the things that we do at TBP. We show you how to utilize those platforms so that you don't have to start from the beginning. We give you uh, the knowledge you need, and sometimes we even give you the content that you can share, content that we know works because we have used it throughout the years.
Exactly. So going back to something that you just mentioned when explaining about Facebook, you said
Mhm.
investing. Now, when it comes for some reason, people run away, when it comes to investing in marketing. So
Yep.
explain or elaborate on the importance of investing in marketing your tax office and also how much should you be investing when it comes to marketing.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the biggest, and I say it, and I've personally done it. It's a sometimes it's a mistake that we make because we think that our business is going to grow like organically, like we just open the door, we just go there, start doing our business and forget about investing in it. Is any if you look at any business that's successful and one that has grown exponentially, like one that we're going to talk about in a few minutes, you need to invest. It's not going to happen like just because. No, organically, yes, you're going to grow, but it's going to take you forever, right? You don't want to be 70 or 80 or 90 and have your business grow at that point. No, you want to grow it now. So there's an investment that you need to make. And yes, you're going to invest time, resources, but also money. You need to invest in Facebook ads, Google ads, things like that that allow you to reach a larger audience. So when it comes to how much, it really depends on you. And that's when we, one of the things that we would do with you when you join TBP or when you're part of our community, what we do is we sit down with you and we say, okay, how many taxes do you want to complete this tax season? Okay, so you might say, oh, I want to get 500 new clients. Okay, so based on that number, then we can determine how much money you need to invest, because we need to calculate how many people need to see your ad, how many people need to see your face, your graphic, your video. Then we can say, okay, yeah, if you want to get 500 clients, you need to invest, let's give you a number, for example, $1,000. But ultimately it depends on your budget as well. I mean, you can start small, and then as you start growing and generating revenue, then you can start investing back, because that's one of the things that we need to be doing, investing back into our business. That's just taking the money out and going on vacation. Yeah, that's great, and we need to do it, but we also need to invest back into the business if you want to grow it. Otherwise, you're going to stay in the same number year over year. And as a matter of fact, and I say it with all the respect, that might be the case with you. But let me tell you, there's a different way. And that's what we want to show you. We want to show you that way where you can generate money year round and do marketing the right way.
Okay. So, last question or last two questions, and then you can kind of like intermingle these. But I wanted to know for people that are starting to market their business online now, what are the top things that they should be doing, or how they should be starting aside from social media? Yes, of course, but promoting your business online in general. How should these tax professionals start and go about that? And then, of course, just talk about the number one marketing strategy when it comes to promoting your business. It could be online, it could be not online, but what do you think the number one marketing strategy is for tax professionals?
I think, Kiani, the number one, and it might not be a marketing strategy. Of course, it will help you, but I would say that being part of a community, okay, being part of a community of like-minded people, people that are growing, people that are implementing new ideas, people who has a different set of beliefs, because a lot of times, Kenny, it's our own limitations. And in order for us to get out of that mindset or mentality, we need to surround ourselves with people that have done it, right? If you want to grow to 1,000 tax returns per year, hang out with people that have done it and just see how they do it, see how they behave, see how they communicate. In fact, I know one of the motivational speaker, one that I follow a lot, he says, do what they do. If they walk with a limp, walk with a limp. I mean, do whatever they do, because they've done it, right? You haven't done it. So your way it's not working. Follow a way that's working. Follow a formula that has been implemented and that has been successful year over year. That's what you need to do. We need to be part of that community. Follow those influencers or those people that are successful and do what they do. Don't be shy about it and ask questions. Like, you know what I mean? Like, ask questions. You should say, hey, how do you market your business? Take them out for lunch, take them out to Starbucks, have a coffee. Just ask a question. Don't be shy about. The only way to grow is to doing things different, right? If you're not growing right now, you need to change. And that's why I always talk about the mindset, right? It's all about your mindset. The how to do marketing, that you can learn. That's very simple, right? We all in marketing and sales anyways, but the mindset, that's what we need to work on. And Kiani, that's where at TBP, that's what we're building,
Yeah, of course.
right? We're building a nationwide community of tax professionals who want to grow and who want to take their business to the next level. But people are not shy about this. Is not for everybody. Let me say that it's not for everybody. Why? If you don't want to grow, then that's not for you. If you want to stay at the same level, then stay where you are. But if you want to grow, then you need to join. You need to be part of this community, and we're gonna help you. Right? That's why we assist. That's our mission. Like Jason was saying at the beginning, our mission is to make sure that you generate revenue year round. That's what we do, and the way we do is by being in a community and follow Kiani's successful models, like the one I believe you're gonna mention.
Yeah, I am actually. Segue to our last speaker, Rafael Alvarez. So, Richard, like you said, follow successful people, do what successful people do, and this one person that's coming up next, he is probably one of the most successful people in the tax industry today. His name is Rafael Alvarez. He is our CEO of TBP Pro, but he's also the owner of one of the largest tax preparation offices in the nation, doing over 10,000 returns from one office. Not multiple, not like a franchise, out of one single office. He was able to grow his clientele to over 10,000 people. So that's huge, and that's a lot. And clearly, he's a very successful person. He also is the owner of ATAX, or the founder of ATAX. It's a tax preparation franchise, again nationwide, with over 100 locations nationwide. So without further ado, I do want to just let him speak to his own successes, and I want you guys to hear and learn, because this is the kind of um, experience, this is the kind of knowledge that you're going to gain when you join our TBP Pro community, because he is part of this community. He is sharing his 35 plus years in the tax industry and his story. So, Rafael, are you online?
Thank you, Kiani. I cannot show video, says unable to start video. Hey, great job, guys. Thank you. Welcome all the people that are joining us, and thank you for the invite. I mean, this is cool. I mean, now Facebook Live. I mean, great job for the team. So, I guess you guys know who I am. Rafael Alvarez, been in the industry for what, 35 years already. I am a franchisor. I established the first Latino-owned franchise in the nation, franchising for over 12 years. And I've been owning a service bureau company, believe it or not, for over 20, I would say 20 years, for over 20 years. And I always have this company because I knew that there were a lot of independents prepared, like many of you, that no matter what we do, for one reason or another, they were not able to join our franchise. I get it. People being in business 20 years, they love the name, they love the brand. They don't want to switch their name to the name that we have. But at the end of the day, I knew that there is a lot of synergy in what we do. So what we're doing now is being able to help an independent preparator community. You don't want to join the franchise? Fantastic. It's okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you. Um, but there is a lot of way that you can benefit of what TVP is really doing. Um, Basically, it's just uh, a lot of years of experience has been put together in building so much technology and such a great platform to be able to help and assist independent preparators and be able to help them to generate income all year round. Um, I mean, when I started this business back in 1986, believe it or not, what was very hard, it was I don't know if you remember the rapid refund. It was the biggest thing. Everybody wanted to be part of the rapid refund until one day they go and pull the plug. IRS says no more rapid refund, and then people started, crumbling. What's happening now? How can I survive? How can I really generate enough money to be able to make it to the next season? So for that reason alone, we in a way decided to introduce to the service bureau now named TBP Professional Solutions. You know, basically different services that is gonna help franchisees to be able to survive and be able to generate income all year round. Um, Everything begins by being part of a community because you can survive in this industry by yourself, like many people have, but it's better and I'm telling you from my own experience, and that is the powerful things of being part of a franchise. That is the unity. But no matter what we do, I get it. Many of you, either for the money, for the pride, or whatever reason it is, you might not want to join none of the franchise company that exists, specifically mine. I would love to have you have a franchisees under the ATAX brand. But if you decide to continue working, operating independently, what we're doing is basically what TVP is doing is just giving you an opportunity to be part of an independent preparators community that will help you to succeed and help you to be able to generate income all year round. We know that you are very good at what you do. Most likely, you have been doing taxes for many, many, many years. You already have a base. You already have a clientele. The question is, how can you take your practice and your business to the next level? And I don't want to take the thunder away from some of the speakers, but there is a lot of technology. I will strongly advise you to take a peek and take a look at the SmartNet. The SmartNet, TBP SmartNet is the latest of the latest technologies that has been, implemented in to be able to do something key to in order for you guys to be successful, which is engaging. Engagement, engagement, engagement is the new norm, believe it or not. Especially now with this coronavirus, everything that is happening, you have to now be creative, figure out a way how you can connect with your clients. Because if you don't, guess what? Somebody else is gonna steal your client away. They're gonna take them. So you have to embrace technology. You have to embrace um, and adapt to the changes that are taking place. So the SmartNet has a lot of technology, a lot of different ways that can help you for you to guys to continue connecting with your client, to continue providing good services to your clients. And some of the services, I guess Jason, mentioned some of them. I mean, the bookkeeping and the payroll is something that many of you might be doing already. What we are offering, I guess, is a different way to do it in which you can focus on what you are good at it, really connecting with people, and then let somebody else do the heavy lifting, do all the I guess the tedious work. And then there is so much other services and technology that are gonna be offering. I mean, what Richard just spoke alone, I mean, people pay money to go to a training with Richard Santos so he can teach you how to really be successful in marketing your practice. And what he gave you, they were very, very straight, key pointers that if you implement them, you can turn your practice, believe it or not, 180 degree or 360-degree around. So it's all about that. It's all about embracing what TBP is all about. It's really doing what implementing all the technology that is being really made available to all of you guys and really be successful. There is nothing better that we want. We want you to succeed. We want you to make money. We want you to generate income when you're around one way or another. And if in the future you change your mind and you want to join ATAX as a franchise, I would love you to have you on the other side. But still, the idea is for you to really don't be a stranger and stay alone in this jungle because this is what it is. This is a jungle. So what we're doing now is basically letting you be part of a community, be part of a village, one way or another that can help you to succeed and be able to, walk you through the process so you can really be able to generate a lot more income. So just visit the website. I'm gonna transfer to Kiani so you can learn more about the different things that the company has to offer. But there is a lot that you guys could benefit from.
We have a question for you. So, you being, one of the largest tax preparation offices in the nation, going from, one client to 10,000 or over 10,000, where or when did you make the switch to start providing the bookkeeping and payroll services, and what made you want to become a year-round business instead of just having taxes as your service?
Actually, I have been providing bookkeeping services since day one, since I first started the company all the way back in the 80s. I remember I used QuickBooks. I used to use QuickBooks for quite a while, and the problem back then it was that there was not too much technology. There was only one player in the game, was QuickBooks, and QuickBooks the way it was a software that you install in a computer, and that's where the software will live, and that's how you provide the services. And I remember going to a different version of QuickBooks, but I always knew you need to understand what I have done always is do a lot of research. I'm very good on digging, researching. So I learned how to really analyze the industry and predict the future. Plain and simple. That's what I have been doing in 35 years. So I try to predict the trend. What is next in the tax preparation industry? Like in a way, I can tell you, like in a way, I predicted this pandemic. Believe it or not, I predicted this pandemic. I knew that this was going to happen. And 5 years ago, I started working and implementing a technology that is going to help, in this case, our franchisees to be able to provide to handle this pandemic in a way. The same thing happened with the bookkeeping. The problem with the bookkeeping back then, it was that people were not willing to pay. People were, it was costing me more for compared with the amount that people were paying me for the bookkeeping. So I stopped for some time to continue providing the bookkeeping services until a company called Zero came around. Zero was born in New Zealand, and Zero was very interesting because they talked to everybody in the industry, and everybody said, "Who are you? Get out of the way. We don't know who you are." But something struck me at the moment that I saw Zero because of the technology. It was a cloud based. I mean, what Zero did, frankly, is nothing different that a lot of companies nowadays are doing. What Zero did, they look at QuickBooks, they saw what QuickBooks was doing, and they say, wait a minute, it gotta be a better way how to really do what these people are doing. Why do we have to install a software in a computer, and every time you have to use the application, you have to go to that computer? So they came up with this whole idea of doing it cloud based. So so the bookkeeping really have evolved. By evolving and implementing technology it made it a lot more profitable. That's the word. If you would have told me, if somebody would tell me that in the future people will be paying me $1,000 a month to do their books, I would say to you, no way. Because back then I was asking for $150 a month, and people didn't even want to pay that 150. So people, I mean, I never ever thought that people pay me $1,000 a month, and I have clients that pay me up to $1,500 a month. So by implementing Zero, the whole dynamic change. Now implementing technology, cloud based, everything in the clouds, no papers, everything is seamless. It's linking the platform with their bank account. All the bank account transactions come automatically. I don't have to scan, download, upload documents to the platform. Everything was there. A piece of cake. So Zero made it a lot easier. So we implemented Zero, started working on it, learning more about it, and really what Zero did was really made it a lot more affordable. The client love the fact that they have an app on their cell phone. They can look at their, they can really look at they can see the status of the business anytime, from anywhere, 24 hours a day. That was not done in the past. That was not the way it was done. In the past with QuickBooks, you want to know, you have to call your accountant, you have to call the bookkeeper to find out what's the status in your business, request a profit and loss statement or whatever. Zero really changed the whole dynamic. So I embraced Zero, and then I started doing it. And suddenly I started seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. People started paying me 300, from 300 to 500, from 500 to 1,000. And look, I even had a client that was paying me $12,000 a month. $12,000 a month in bookkeeping. $12,000. Never in my wildest dream thought that. So I would be able. I mean, think about that. If you are in the tax preparation business, $12,000 times 12. How much is that? 144,000, something like that.
144,000.
So how many tax returns, Jason, do you have to prepare in order for you to generate 144,000? A lot. I mean, if you divide it by a
Put me on
hundred,
the spot.
Need a calculator.
that's 1,400, I believe, 1,400 tax return, right? 1,444 tax return. If you divide it by 200, if your fee is 200, it's about like 700 plus tax return. It's a lot of tax return. Just one client, one bookkeeping client, you know. So it really kind of opened up my mind. I realized that, hey, this is the right track. This is the right way to go. So it's gonna be really up to you guys, up to the people, if they really want to embrace the way of generating business. You can either stay with the old school. Old school is what in this business? Relying on what? On bank products. Listen, don't get me wrong. We all have to provide bank products as a tax preparer because they are clients that don't have bank accounts. Those are the facts. And if they want to get the money, they prefer to get it, to come and pick up a check in your office because they don't rely on their mailing system. They don't have a bank account, and those are the facts. So you need to have the services. But the reality is that now the dynamic have changed. If you look at the statistic, if you look at the number, you know, of number of tax return. I mean, everywhere I look at, I mean, I see so many opportunity. Business. If you're gonna look at small businesses, more than 32 million small businesses in the nation. Imagine. Now look around your neighborhood. How many of your competitors are doing bookkeeping? How many of your competitors are doing, corporate tax return? You know, it really changed the dynamic. So I don't know what you guys are really doing, but all I know that uh, the industry is changing. We cannot rely anymore on what it used to be. I would love to find people that can build a practice like the one that I built exactly the way I did it, but it's impossible. Things have changed. It's no longer the same. You can get close to, or perhaps maybe applying a lot of technology, maybe do better. You can do better if you want to, but it cannot be exactly the same because things have changed. The tax preparation industry is evolving. Now, people in the future, I anticipate people will not go to an office. I'm telling you right now, in the future, people will not go to an office to file a tax return. Those are the facts. Just write it down. The same way when I joined the tax preparation industry, what motivated me was the fact that the IRS was getting ready to launch the electronic filing program. At that moment, I said, wait a minute, everybody's doing the taxes by hand, and now they're launching an e-file program, and in the future, everybody will be doing the taxes electronically. Oh man, I really have to jump into this. How can I miss this one? How can I let this one go? That's how I got into the business. It was more about looking at the future, seeing an opportunity, seeing such a big change. Like a pinnacle, when you get to a pinnacle, and it was such a big shift. That's the way to call it. The industry shifted from paper, doing everything paper, to now going electronically, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
So I'm telling you, in the future, people will not go to an office. Those are the facts. Whether I want to accept it or not, I
Yeah.
more and more. If you look at out of all the people, look, when I started, how many people were doing the tax return online in the cloud?
Well, I was gonna say that, Mr. Iris. I was gonna mention that over 35 million people, just one company that we know of, uh, did over 35 million. Uh, you know, which
Cloud-based tax
is,
operation. And
yeah, mobile, yeah, cloud based, mobile.
if you guys want the statistics, I have 260 based on the IRS tax season 2019. 267 million people filed taxes, including personal and corporate return. Out of that, 156 millions were personal tax return. 60% of those people pay a tax preparer. So it means that the industry is still virgin, which I love about this industry. It's still literally virgin. There is like 40 million, no, more than that. If 156, 90 pay somebody, so they are about, I would say, about 65 million people still are either doing it themselves online or they still doing it by
Hmm.
hand. So the industry keep increasing every year. More people, population keep growing and growing and growing. And what is really interesting is when I started the business, no, when I launched the franchise ATAX back in 2007, the three major players, they were really at the beginning. Before I look at the numbers, I swear I thought that they were doing, maybe they were dominating the industry, doing like 80% of the market share. They were owned by the three major players. But I was surprised to learn that they were only doing 25%. Back then, that was in 2005 when I started doing the research. I'm getting ready to launch the franchise that was accepted in 2007. So 25%. Now they are down to 20%. They are down to 20%, which is very interesting. Think about it. The mega player, the mega player are losing grounds. So it means that there are a lot more independent people, preparators doing taxes, over there. And the industry keep growing. There are more and more. You know how many tax preparators signed up with the IRS last year? About a million. There are about a million tax preparators in the nation. So it's very interesting to look at the numbers so you can kind of, in a way, predict the future and see the possibility and the potential and see if you're in the right industry. I don't want to say anymore, and I don't want to take the thunder of the other speakers, but I think that TBP is here to stay, guys, and there has been a lot of work, a lot of collaborations. I mean, a lot of years of experience as in this little group that you see here right now. So if you're looking for an opportunity and you're planning to really be part of something big, something huge, so just give me a call to these guys. And if you one way decide to join a franchise, I hope that it will be ATAX. Meanwhile, if you remember as an independent, you have to go to TBP, connect with El Presidente Jason and the rest of the team. All right, guys.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Guys, so we are at about 2 minutes to two. Wanted to open it up, see if anyone had any questions. And first, of course, thank the panelists for joining us today. I hope you guys learned as much as I hope you learned what we had to show and what we had to teach. Like Mr. Alvarez said, if you guys have any questions or if you are interested in becoming part of our community, just reach out to us. We're on all social platforms. We have our website, and we really want to connect with you to see how we can help you turn your office into a year-round revenue machine. So thanks, Jason. Thanks, Richard. Thanks, Mr.
Welcome.
Can you take a photo?
My pleasure.
You take a photo here, Kiani?
Yeah. Let me see.
Or let me do. I'll do it.
What would this be a selfie?
No, you
Screenshot.
guys. Done.
I got it. So, if you guys have any questions, you know where to find us. Follow us on Facebook at TBP Pro Solutions or visit our website at www.tbppro.com. And we hope you enjoyed our Facebook Live today. We have a ton of more content and webinars that we're going to be hosting, so you can find those on our website as well. And we hope to see you at the next one.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Ciao.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.